Hi guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com talking about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And I thought it'd be interesting to chit-chat today a little bit more about clairvoyance and a secret that I learned in my clairvoyant training program that is also taught in clairvoyant schools. This secret is what makes a clairvoyant reading much more powerful than, say, a traditional reading with tarot cards or a reading where you just get information and deliver it to a person. And here's the secret. When you are trained to do a clairvoyant reading, and now there are a certain set of procedures that you follow to get into the clairvoyant mode, and then you are all set up and you have your person there or just present, be it over the phone or in person. It doesn't really matter. But when you're all set up and you have the person there, and then you have them say their name and you tune in and connect, you tune in to their spirit, their soul. So they'll say their name, and then you look for the energy and the vibration of their soul. You say hello to their soul. You speak to their soul. You set the tone at that level. And that in and of itself is so powerful and healing, I can't even tell you. And think about it for a minute. How many times in our lives do we interact with people at the soul level and just be like, look, I see your soul, I witness your soul, I honor your soul. It's not that frequently that really happens. A lot of us are just so caught up in the day-to-day motion of everyday life and the phones and the noise that's going on, and you're just talking to people. And I don't know about you, but I tend to be ungrounded, so I have to remind myself. I'm practicing mindfulness now too, but to be here, to notice what's going on, to actually really connect in. But when you do that kind of energy work, because it is energy, your spirit is energy. So when you tune in, the energy work's already started. It just creates this space, the spirit steps forward, and then that healing just starts to happen. And I did a session with someone a couple of weeks ago. So here's an example of how it works. And she's having a hard time in her life. And we got to one point where I said, it's about doing more of what you love, or just being in the moment of experiencing what you love. And she said, I can't even remember what I love anymore. And we'd gotten deep into the reading at that point, and we're covering other topics and everything. So at that level, I went back to the spirit and brought it in, because sometimes the personality can take over in a reading and want to know all the nuts and bolts practical questions, which I'm sure we all want to know. So we stopped there, and then I brought the spirit back in and then just looked at her soul. And the soul or spirit, I'm using those words interchangeably right now. What it wants is very simple. And it's not this complicated thing. It's just very, very basic. But because the personality and ego takes over, and then we get caught in this mumbo jumbo life, the earth realm is very dense. And so spirit is limitless and free. And then when we condense into these bodies, and then we feel the weight and the heaviness of that atmosphere and the gravity and the vibration of earth, it can tend to just block out that whole spirit thing, or spirit thing, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, your soul. So when it has the space to breathe and come forward, and then you realize it is quite simple. You just have to almost take yourself back, because it's the self that makes things complicated, and then let the spirit go through and shine and let it lead you. Things become a lot easier. But back to how it works clairvoyantly, it's as if witnessing it brings it forward. And I've talked about quantum theory before too. It's like viewing a particle. As you view it, the particle itself changes. So that very sacred space where your spirit and the other person's spirit are communing and are having that conversation or that exchange is just amazing. And so if you are doing readings, whatever methodology you're following, if you just want to remember at the beginning to connect into the person's spirit and let that lead the way, it'll be so beautiful and so powerful. In your everyday life, if you can also take a moment to just view the people you're engaging with and interacting with, to just view their spirits and to look in their eyes and just kind of like see them for the bright light that they really are, that is a wonderful thing to do also. The spirit is very beautiful, and everybody has that inside of them. It's just like it can get buried, or like, we can suppress it. People say like, oh, this job is crushing my soul, that kind of thing. The soul can get kind of like crushed. So if you as a healer or walking around your everyday life can just take a moment to witness the beauty of the soul of another person, it can be quite wonderful. And we all want to be seen at that soul level. It's just to bring that forward. It's like bringing forward a part of the divine, and to remember that we all are a part of the divine. We all have that spark of the divine within us. So honoring it and recognizing it, once again, is just very powerful and very healing. And that's about all for this little video. I hope you liked it. And for more info, check out krishanti.com. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.